As we look and think about being authentic, whether you've ever vocalized those exact words, it's something you've always wanted to do. I want to be the best me that I can be, have the greatest joy, be more abundant, and to come at everything, not being this flesh body that is always repeating this cycle of, I remember the trauma of this, I remember the stress of that, and reliving it over and over again. We're much better than that. We have a greater RNA, DNA, crystalline core, chakras in every part of us. We have a spiritual center. We are not flesh balls tossed to and fro on some type of cosmic pool table. Not at all. We are in this dimension with all the skills and all the abilities to arise, resolve, renew, regenerate, and move forward. And right now, we are gaining so much information. Some true, some erroneous, and others. All of it is for us. All of it. You always have an example in your life of things that you should incorporate, things that are things that you shouldn't, but that you should learn from because they're an obvious example. Most of our days have been governed by the O's. What are the O's? The OOS. Obvious outside sources. Yes, we took our cue on life and how we live it from power over structures such as industry, where we work, how we go through that culture, or religion, or the lack thereof, and how we lived and how we conduct ourselves in that culture. And play, how we govern ourselves at home. Who do we believe is the authority? Many things that we were taught from mother, father, grandparents, or whomever our day to day caregivers were. There's no hatred to be involved. Wherever a door was opened for you, I want you to begin to say thank you. Just because someone opened the door to kindergarten didn't mean that you were to live in the kindergarten for the rest of your life, did it? No. You learn some basics and you continue to move. There's an old idiom, an old saying that's in a song that says, every round goes higher and higher. I want you to think about that in your life. Has every round of your existence, of your life yearly gone higher and higher, meaning you gained new, you gained more awareness, you gained more perception, you gained more authenticity because you came from a point of sacred neutral. I observe it, I see it, I learn, but my heart is based in love and I understand the ancient and the new are for the betterment of me. That I no longer have to wait 20, 30, 40 years as I believed when I used the data from the very earliest thing without the deep understanding that I have now. How do you gain that understanding? How do you gain that access and know that you know that you know? By simply connecting to source and allowing, saying, I allow you to access all my systems because I am living in the now. I need the abilities of the now and all the nows to come. So, how do you do that? Consistency. You're consistent, and I give you a A++ for your consistency. There are some things you do all the time. They're not so great. They're not fulfilling, and they are negative. But they're that thing that you know. What we do. What do you do when you find that something doesn't really serve the authentic you? Simple. Fall out of agreement with it. Not out of agreement with a person, not go in hatred towards anyone. I no longer agree. That isn't something that I should access. You learned a very important lesson, but don't blame God, don't blame Source, don't blame the universe, don't blame the stars. You create your own reality. You made that last as long as it lasts because you willingly participated in that process. Did you not? So who's to blame? Not even yourself. Oh, I see it from a different perspective. That's what authentic reality is about. Bringing you to the core of the authentic you and showing you all that information that you think is over your head. Oh, I'm not a scientist. Didn't say you had to be one, but you are one because the cosmos, the earth, the universe are governed by what we do. Our sound, our energy, and our vibrations connect with other sounds, energies, and vibrations of the similar kind. So if you don't want to be a part of hatred, guess what? You shouldn't be out making that your number one priority. I hate what he did to him. I hate what she did. I hate what those people did. Each and every one of us are part of the collective. And the heart of love should be the basis of everything that we do. I'm learning to grow and know more because I know that my heart of love is the ignition, the flow that allows me to connect with Source, the one who is all there is, the male and the female, the negative and the positive. Everything has an opposite. That didn't happen by chance. Everything serves us in different ways. It's how we use the tools. Imagine having a toolbox full of tools and you only use a screwdriver. That is going to fit everything. Sure, you may have some headway and some levels of success, but everything will be hard driven. Don't you know everything you do in your physical and in your mental and in your thoughts creates another layer or level of memory inside, which causes your ARS to be activated. What is that? Automatic response system. Don't hate it because there are times when it's very good when you go, oh, normally this happens and this and that. But when you begin with a heart of love first, loving yourself first, the good, the bad, the ugly, not just that which you wish to portray, but all the things that you are. It's like peeling an onion, it would just float up. It will be revealed to you when you allow Source. He's saying we're in the quantum field. You don't have to wait. But the only waiting that happens is there are things, because you're a unique individual, that are priority to Source. That says you need to know this first. I know you really would like to know that, but this is what you need to know. And I will fill you with all that you need because you are allowing this quantum field to come in spiritually, emotionally, physically. Because you have to take the time to be consistent, staying level, meditating. I don't mean the screaming, muttering. I mean true contemplation and directing all things to, not to anything else. Because authentic reality is a direct connection, a direct connection to your Creator on a greater level. Instead of just having the candlelight of a Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday, or Wednesday night, or whatever you want to call it in religious practices, where you go in and you're waiting for somebody to move you. You do that because you love the culture. Please go higher. We need you now. You need yourself to be on a different level and not continually taking scriptures and using them so far out of context. We'll get into that. We're going to go one by one and learn the basics of so many things with their true, authentic meaning with authentic data. So let's just think of that. No more will you walk around and say, that's a demon, that's bad. without first going within, connecting, and finding out more. Setting the right tone and the right stage. That's what authentic reality is all about, and you will see yourself blossom, and there won't be day after day depression, oppression, suppression. What do you do when you get under press? Press. The key word in all of that is press. Pressure. Pressure is a revealer. It's going to reveal who you truly are in that moment. Let's learn to let go. Release it. Release it out to the spiritual court of equity for remedy and resolve. Be thankful and grateful today to your ancestors, the ones who have gone before you, irregardless to what you may know of them. Oh, he stole chickens. He did what he had to do in the playing field on which he was upon, and he made his choice. And there's something you always forget. They followed the obvious outside sources in many cases and were restricted in what they could do in the physical world because you know the times have been a myriad of slavery, disenfranchisement, and many, many, many other things that very few people could look beyond. They did the best they could. Thank them for being the players on that field so that you could come to this higher realm of quantum understanding of your life. We're going to go Bible. We're going to go science. We're going to gematria. And yes, I am a Hebrew scholar and have been for 32 years, along with several other languages. I've studied the ancient and comparatively with what we have now, and it's a wow. No longer are religious and science at odds. They're realizing same creator. You may have been told this is the only thing that's correct. And a lot of times when you hear thus said the Lord, it wasn't that Lord. And we'll teach you about the 4 levels of understanding in a Bible and many of the ancient texts. Remember, just as if you were a news story, who's speaking, to whom they're speaking, where are they, what's going on. If I had to send you a message and say, hey, there are 45 soldiers coming to kill you in 4 days, I don't think I would write it that way when the Romans are reading every correspondence that I send out. So think about the time. Some things you take literally that you shouldn't, that had 5 or 6 other meanings in them. We'll go through that. And we're going to be authentic. And when you know that you know who you are and to whom you belong, things will fall in place. That's part 1. Let's go to part 2 because I don't want to keep you more than 15 minutes time. Now, some of you know about my breast cancer struggles and things that I've been going through. Well, let me tell you, it came to pass, it didn't come to stay. And I'm not saying that just to use a word. There's no trace right now, but I'm doing a lot of things. When we have dis-ease and other struggles in our life, we need to really examine ourselves on a personal level. But right now, I want to meditate and give you some of the words that I say for the entire world every day. I desire, Source, that each and every light co-creator and co-contributor that you have placed here for the now, that they abundantly thrive in every area, that everything that the palms of their hands and the soles of their feet touch upon, that they're receiving elementally, cosmically, universally, and above all, spiritually, that they contribute all their gifts and that they receive all their abundance, their healing, their knowledge, and in turn, spread that love around the entire world. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for them. They are my sisters, my brothers, all sentient kind. We are in unity. We are the spark of universal change. Authentic truth. Namaste.